I'm Brian Lancer from Muse Research, and we're here at the Music Messe showing version 1.2 software for Receptor, the ultimate sampler synth sound module. This is a 2-rack space box. Over here I have the screen that shows us all the functionality of Receptor. I'm going to take you briefly through some of the new features in Receptor version 1.2. One of the new features is a new MIDI mapping and keyboard zone technology that allows you on a preset by preset basis, on a channel by channel basis, to have keyboard switching either by velocity or by note. It's very easy to use. You can also transpose each channel individually. There's a lot more power that's available thanks to the new keyboard MIDI mapping and zoning technology. Also new in version 1.2 is the ADAT output. The ADAT output feature extends the capabilities of Receptor from 2-in, 2-out digital to 10-out digital and 4-in. The technology allows you to assign any of the 16 channels on Receptor as well as any of the 2 effects bus channels directly to the ADAT outputs or the spit-up output. Not only does that give you 10 discrete outputs, it also gives you the capability of defining 3 completely independent stereo mixes, one being based on the analog left and right output, with 2 others being based on the effects bus outputs. This is a very handy feature, say if you want to set up different mixes for different cues, or even for use in the DJ market, you're going to have a pre and post live fader setup. There's also a lot of new plugins that are featured in Receptor version 1.2. I'll take them alphabetically. We have Absinthe 3 from Native Instruments that is now running on Receptor. We of course have Atmosphere from Spectrasonics. The Colossus sound library from East West and Quantum Leap Sounds Online is now on Receptor. We also have the East West Quantum Leap Sound Online Gold Edition running on Receptor. The Garriton Personal Orchestra is available for Receptor. Imposter was new at NAMM and it's now shipping. In addition to that, we have the G-Media Mini Monster, which is a Mini Moog plugin developed jointly between G-Media Music and the folks at Ohmforce. We have the Phantom available from Disco DSP in addition to their Discovery plugin. We have the Pro 53 from Native Instruments. The complete USB sound library from Universals is available for Receptor. We have Stylus and Stylus RMX now available on Receptor, as well as Trilogy Ultra Analog from Applied Acoustics, and Vector Sector is a brand new plugin from a company called General Vibe that is available on Receptor now. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a couple of the new plugins that are available on Receptor. First one being the Mini Monster. Mini Monster is a complete implementation of Mini Moog with incredible sounds. Very fat filters. It's a true implementation of the Mini Moog. I'm sure it's going to be really popular amongst producers, especially in R&B and hip hop. It's an incredible sounding synth. We also have Guitar Rig, which is available for guitar players on Receptor. As you know, Receptor has an incredibly high performance guitar input directly on the front panel. Now with Guitar Rig, you can have thousands of sounds for your guitar. And in fact, the guitar input is active at the same time the MIDI inputs are active, so a guitar and a keyboard player can play together simultaneously, sharing Receptor. Stylus RMX, of course, is from Spectrasonics, brand new product that was released. Very, very powerful Beats Groove tool. In fact, when used in conjunction with something like Mini Monster, you can get some really amazing sounds going. So, of course, Receptor keeps growing. We are primarily a software company, and we continue to develop the Muse control and Muse machine interface. And one of the new things I'd like to show the people on Sonic State is what's coming in the near future. That technology is called Uniwire. And Uniwire is a universal and unified format to take MIDI, remote control, and audio data and bring it to and from your host computer all over a single Ethernet cable. What I've loaded here is a multi that consists of the Symphonic Orchestra Gold Edition from East West, which is an incredibly powerful library. And typically, a user might have this library running on a computer and generating multiple channels of audio. And of course, if you have a demanding arrangement, it's going to take up a lot of the CPU bandwidth. That can be a problem in a lot of computers where you can run out of bandwidth and not generate any more notes. So over here, we have a Macintosh laptop, and it's running Cubase SX3, and also it's running Halion. So I have a library of the symphonic instruments running in Halion on the Macintosh. And over here in the corner, I have a unique little piece of code, which is called the Receptor Uniwire VST. This is a VST instrument that basically does one thing. It takes MIDI in, or audio in, and converts it into Ethernet data that goes over to our receptor here, and the receptor then takes the MIDI data, turns it, processes it through the VST engine, develops the output audio, sends it back over Ethernet, back into the VST, and into the host. So you can actually think of this as a virtual instrument. The plugin here can talk to any receptor that is on your network. So you can have multiple receptors connected together over Ethernet, and this VST, or multiple instantiations of this VST, can talk to any channel on any of the receptors. The result is that you have a distributed processing environment that's completely controlled from within your host, so you don't have to really go outside your host environment, yet you're no longer limited by any processor limitations that you might have in your computer. So I'm going to go ahead and play a piece by Bach, and what you're going to hear is a mix of the output of receptor along with the output of this Macintosh. And if you look down here in the corner, you can see that the VST performance is basically consuming the entire laptop, and over on receptor we have a similar situation over the CPU is being heavily taxed. If you were trying to run this on a single computer, you'd be getting all sorts of clicks and pops. But by networking these two together and sharing the load, we're able to get perfectly pristine audio. There's another unique aspect of our Uniwire technology, which means it's fail-proof. If I pull out the Ethernet cable and reinsert it, it automatically reacquires sync, and everything is sample synchronous. A lot of people say, well, audio over Ethernet, MIDI over Ethernet, isn't there a lot of latency? Well, yes, of course there is some latency, but the fact that we're running it through the VST layer in a host such as Cubase, it will automatically compensate for that latency, dial it out so it is completely sample synchronous. There's no latency that's perceived by the user because the MIDI has been back timed to match with the audio that's coming back from receptor. We think this is a really exciting concept, the future of music instrument technology, of where if you run out of power, you'll just bolt on another box. Each box is independent, yet it's also network aware, so they can be used as a combined whole. We call this, again, this technology is called Uniwire. We'll be shipping it at the end of the second quarter, the beginning of the third quarter, so it's just a couple of months away, but we think it's a very interesting twist on receptor that opens up receptor for use in the studio, where being able to take individual channels of audio and run them all over a single cable becomes a very unique competitive advantage. So I think that's about it, unless you wanted me to...
Is it just a VST plug, or are you doing core audio?
Yeah, initially Uniwire is available as a VST plugin, but we do have plans to create it as a AU plugin, and if DigiDesign will let us, we'll also do an RTAS plugin.